In its quote-unquote unimpaired state, the San Lorenzo watershed was not the most hospitable place for coho salmon. The extreme sedimentation rates naturally occurring in the Santa Cruz Mountains, resulting in unstable stream beds, filled pools, scoured and inundated redds, high gradient stream channels, which made access to spawning habitat challenging, warm water temperatures, and hydrologic patterns which don't favor the freshwater migration timing of coho, all make for a situation where anthropogenic or extreme episodic events like El Nino storms, droughts, water pollution, and dams may cause a year class of coho, or in this case all 3 year classes of coho, to be severely decimated.
My take on it is that a good portion of the San Lorenzo was probably never good coho habitat, coho-like flat, cool habitat, and a good portion of the San Lorenzo would either be cool, steep habitat, Boulder Creek and the other steeper tributaries, Fall Creek and so on, or flat, relatively warm habitat, a good portion of the main stem.
What you're talking about is environmental variation that's affecting the last maybe 1% or 2% of what historically were much larger populations, and we're able to deal with that sort of environmental fluctuation. One from my experiences, and I don't know all the ins and outs about water use in the San Lorenzo Valley or things of that nature, but from my practical experience on the ground in the streams in Santa Cruz County, I think one aspect that gets sort of lost is how much the legacy of historical practices is still affecting the ability of the watersheds to support coho salmon.
Well, one of the things that seems that most people forget is how incredibly effective the lagoon estuary was in downtown Santa Cruz before white folks arrived. The amazing thing is that water that came out of the karst topography up in the UC Santa Cruz fed the backside of that lagoon estuary with cold water all summer long, and the ebb and flow of the tides in there gave water rushing out into terrestrial zones, which fed the fish incredibly. So when you take that out of the loop, you're sending very small fish through the existing channel out to the ocean, and there's no chance for them to rear to a larger size and survive in the ocean. And that drain in what is the heart of coho growth is a really big problem, because they'll head out to the ocean often in very small size, and their chance of survival is very small. So I think that really gets overlooked, and some biologists will say, well, they don't, coho don't live in estuaries and lagoons, and it's like, well, no, they don't live in degraded ones.